Welcome back to Bets and Regrets, to week 14 of the NFL season. I'm your host, Brogan, joined by,
I'm Sean.
And Nick?
and boys, well, Nick, congrats on going 5-1 last week on your locks.
Dude?
Sean, you also had a 5-1 on your locks, but I think, if I'm looking at that right, your 1 is first, and then it's a 5?
Yeah, we're flip-flopped on that one. I should just start fucking drafting a monologue for a while and just start defending these picks each goddamn week. I was just heartbroken so many times. I mean, I've just been hemorrhaging money this past month and a half. It's been absolutely fucking brutal. Some of them, they were bad beats, but some of them were just my complete incompetence as a bettor. I can't guarantee wins, but, like, oh, my God. I don't know how much it should be coming around. The pendulum should be swinging back. And we're going to right this ship sooner or later. And guess what? If it ain't next week, it's going to be the week after that. Or it's going to be the week after that. Because I'm not quitting. Ain't no bell. We ain't quitting around here.
I love that. So why don't you go through your regrets of what happened last week and get a start on your shots, since you're going to have
Happily.
5 of them.
So, my battle for Atlantis opening round pick. Overall, I didn't bet all the games, but I did pick them, and I went 4 games. I went 3-1, and of course, the only one that I did not pick was my fucking lock of Virginia Tech minus 3.5. Like I said, overall, pretty decent battle for Atlantis tournament. Already can't wait for next year, but essentially, just a bad beat on this one. And the Hokies minus 3.5. They're up 2 and the kid's going to the foul line, shooting some free throws, and it's a little too early for me to start being financially invested in 18 through, I guess now with the extra couple years of eligibility, like 24-year-olds making free throws. But here we are. We're betting it in November. And the kid missed the first one and then missed the second one intentionally. Got the rebound, but not enough time to get another shot up or get fouled again and go back to the line. So that was a shitty way to start the week off. And the next one was Dobbs over 43.5 receiving yards. I said it last week that I was going to spin the Packers roulette receiving wheel, and unfortunately, you don't always hit on that one. And it was the Dontavian Wicks show with, I can't remember, I think he led the team in receiving yards with like 70-something and 2 touchdowns. And Dobbs finished with, I believe, 20 yards. So if you even give half of those Wicks yards to him, he shatters that pretty easy. It's his 1, 2, maybe 3 games a year that he'll show up and do what he did. And unfortunately, it was last week. Next one, it was KC minus 3.5. It was a pretty entertaining game overall, but Cowboys aren't quite done in the playoff hunt yet. And I thought KC was going to win. Initially, I thought they were only going to win by a field goal, but no, they lose by a field goal. So that's how I bounced to 0-3 before Saturday even gets started. And Saturday comes, thinking, all right, a teaser parlay didn't hit. Panthers are a good football team. Sorry, I did a teaser for the Sunday, not Saturday. I'm used to doing Saturday college football parlays, but I did a NFL parlay of teaser legs, which included the Rams. Who else did I have on that one? It was the Rams, Seahawks. All they needed to do was win. Chargers. All they needed to do was tie, and both of them got home pretty convincingly. Except the Rams. Like I said, Panthers are a good football team, and sneaky spot for the Rams. I expect that to just kind of be a bump in the road for them, so that'll be fine. What else? Broncos minus 6.5. I wasn't really watching that game too much. I was passing out. I was way too tired to stay up to watch that after getting my heart broke throughout the fucking week and just getting the shit kicked out of me. So I was trying to hit the hay a little early on that one. I was keeping tabs, I was waking up and checking every once in a while. But I saw that they were up, they were down. It was a roller coaster ride. They ended up going to overtime, and they win by 6. Not quite 6.5. So that sucks. I fucked the parlay of the week up on that one. To which that I say, my apologies. And the last one, my only saving grace, is the Kai Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals made. That was kind of a sweat. He had the first one pretty much right away. Anytime the Texans get down inside the red zone, you can expect a run, an incomplete pass, and then C.J. Stroud to do some dumb shit and try and scramble backwards and take a sack, and then they're kicking about a 40-yard field goal each time. So that's about as good as it gets. Yeah, so I went 1-5. We're gonna finish off this bottle of Fireball cinnamon whiskey, and I think I'm gonna go back next week to my Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine because those were some happier days. So, I will also be chasing it, pulling a Nick with some post-workout protein shakes. So
You nasty.
thanks for this one.
Well, that's wonderful. Speaking of wonderful, Nick, you went 5-1.
You know what, baby?
After back-to-back 0-6 weeks, you turn it around with a 5-1 week. We thought this was going to be the last week that you were turning it around. It took you an extra week, but does that mean that another at least 5-1 week is in the cards for this week?
No, it's gonna be 6-0 this week, and then the week after that, I'll go 0-5, or 0-6 or whatever. So, it's just the the cyclic nature of the NFL. You go, you're good, then you're bad, then you're good, then you're bad.
Yeah.
Let me pull the shenanigans up here. So Chargers -10, awesome, sick, nasty. Also, Brogan, congrats on also going 5-1.
Thanks, dog.
The Colts kind of were disappointing last week on them not being able to cover. It was a really weird game with the Texans. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are the Colts starting to cool down here? Is that the consensus, or is the Texans' defense just that real?
I think
So-
both are true.
I didn't even realize it. Sorry to cut you off, Brogan. Until I had to do a double take that the announcer said that Daniel Jones has a leg fracture. To which that I was doing something and my neck shot towards the TV, almost broke, much like Daniel Jones's lower leg. But he's been playing with a fracture in his leg, but it's not bad enough to keep him sidelined. So we can only assume that's going to affect his mobility. And his legs are a decent chunk of what makes him Danny Dime.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, and the thing I think teams are figuring out is if you stop Jonathan Taylor, you stop the Colts. If you look at his game log, the last 3 of their losses, he had 85 yards this last week, 58 yards the week before that against the Chiefs. He went crazy overseas in Germany, obviously, with 244 and 3 touchdowns, but they won that game. Or sorry, not 3 touchdowns. But yeah, 3 touchdowns. Jesus, I thought it was only 2. But then the week before that, they lost to the Steelers. He only had 45 yards. So, I think the Colts are a team that goes with JT. If JT breaks 100, Colts probably win. If JT doesn't break 100, they struggle.
Texans have a really good run defense too, and we see it all the time come playoff times. It's usually whatever team is able to stop the run or have the better defense typically finds a way to get the job done. So we'll see how far they can make it. I cannot wait to start betting against some of these teams come playoff time because they've been riding a little hot.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I mean, those defenses that JT, doesn't eclipse 100, they're not defenses to, scoff at. The Chiefs have a good defense. The Texans obviously have a great defense. The Steelers are hit and a miss with the defense. I don't understand what's happening out there. So, their defenses are all solid as fuck. But just to keep going with my locks, Dak over 250 passing yards. I'm pretty sure I said it at the beginning of this podcast. George Pickens is a fucking manimal, and he's continuing to be a manimal. I don't know why the Steelers traded him off. I know he has some, issues
Tomlin
with...
usually knows when to ditch a receiver.
Yeah, but, George Pickens is he number 2 in receiving yards this league or this year?
He's up there for sure.
I'm pretty sure he was number 2 before last week. He might be number 3 now, if something happened. But like, yeah, Dak just has weapons on offense right now. So like, Dak over being 250 against the Chiefs, I figured at some point it was going to be, them just yucking the ball trying to win because, believe it or not, the Chiefs are 6-6 now. They're dead even, right?
Like that, yeah.
And the Cowboys, are they 1 game positive? I think they're 1 game.
They're 6-5-1, I believe.
Yeah.
6-5-1.
Yeah, so, I mean, those teams are obviously trying to win, and the fucking Cowboys just don't. Their run game's okay, but Dak's just going to make it happen through the air, so I'm going to keep riding, CD and George Pickens on the way out. Then Kirk Cousins over on his passing yards. I forgot who the Falcons were playing last week. Let me double check. The Falcons were playing...
The Jets, brother.
The Jets? Yeah. And so I was like, okay, Kirk Cousins, 180 passing yards. I mean, like, I know Kirk Cousins kind of looks like a fucking bum. How many did he end off with? Does the stats department know?
230 or something, I think. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought it was like 230, 240.
Yeah, so like his passing yard line being like that low, there's no fucking way. I was like, okay.
234.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been weeks where Kirk...
Like a 50-yard pass to get that chunk of that, though.
I mean, regardless. And then New Orleans, Miami, the under 42.5. I mean, New Orleans just isn't going to put up points. They're tanking for Arch Manning. You heard it here first. The Saints will be trying to draft Arch Manning. They don't really give a fuck about Shuck. They don't give a fuck about Shuck. All right, they don't.
Nobody gives a fuck about Shuck.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the Saints will literally tank for Arch Manning. Or continue to tank for Arch Manning. See what Shuck has, and if Shuck doesn't have it, I think they will literally go with Arch, and Arch isn't looking that great. But
Nick, have you read the draft boards or anything recently?
no, not in a while.
Because Arch ain't on the. I don't think Arch is one. I don't think he's leaving Texas.
No.
Really?
No, he's not.
Yeah,
Dude,
It's gonna be the dude from Kentucky.
Oh,
There's
fuck.
gonna be a quarterback, I think. Not Jesus Christ, Indiana.
Yeah, Fernando Mendoza is
I
probably.
I got still visions of Will Levis dancing in my head. Sorry.
Oh boy.
That's
Okay.
what Fireball will do to me.
All right, well then.
Drinking.
Well then, never mind. Yeah, and then I doubled down on Kirk Cousins with the 180 passing yard line because that one just seemed like way too low to not fuck it. That just seemed like low hanging fruit for me. So I only have one shot. I'm keeping with vodka. I didn't finish my pre-workout when I went to the gym. So I'm going to finish it. I'm going to drink my vodka with my C4. It's a can of C4, and I don't want to waste it because it's like $3 a can. So fuck you. Also, before I forget, going forward, we've decided for the parlay of the week, not including this week, but going forward, if you are the singular person to fuck it up, you have to take an additional shot. And then if everybody fucks up the parlay of the week, we all have to take an additional shot. Right? So, yeah.
I'll make another amendment to it.
Okay.
If there is a fourth leg and that one doesn't hit, we got to do another one.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, the ones that we all double down on. Yeah.
Up on a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Brogan, you cool with that?
I am cool with that.
Dude, imagine we go 0 for 4.
One of us has to take 7 shots.
Dude, that would be so
It's
fucking...
gonna be a terrible time.
So yeah, I'm gonna drink...
Bad hang is what it's gonna be.
Oh, fuck. No, it's gonna be a real fun time, dude. When Brogan's gone...
Blackout drunk on here.
Dude, when Brogan's gone, and we have to fuck it, and somehow, someway, we have to take 7 shots, Sean, we're gonna go off the rails, but So I'll take my one shot.
The ice wall. We'll be talking about the moon landing.
Yeah, I won't have to worry about taking 7 shots ever because I am the current lock leader. I think I've been the lock leader for a while, if not the whole season. I went 5-1 last week. I'm 42, 34, and 2 over the entire time of this podcast. Sean's in second at 37 and 41, and Nick is bringing up the rear at 31 and 44. But anyways, this last week I went 5-1. Cincinnati Ravens under 52.5. I was feeling so good about this at halftime. I think it was likely fumbled a ball out of the end zone, so got the touchback. Love that when you're betting the under. And that actually saved me because I ended up with 46 points. So if that would have been a touchdown with an extra point, that would have been 53. But we ended at 46, so that's a win. My one loss was Dallas and Kansas City, both teams to make a 33-yard field goal. I thought, like, this was if I had to pick a lock out of all my locks, I thought this one was free money. The Chiefs just didn't kick a field goal. So I guess that's how you lose that bet. So that sucked. Then I went to college ball, and the Gophers, money line, minus 112. They beat the shit out of the Badgers, and they got the axe again.
That game sucked.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, luckily, well, maybe unluckily, I don't have any Badger football to bet on anymore since they're done. Also in college, I went Ole Miss, Georgia, and Ohio State. I got that parlay at minus 104. Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, I got Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's last win there, and then Georgia and Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State was not going to lose to Michigan this year. If they did, Ryan Day would have been fired in the spot. So that was free.
I thought that game could have been like a gotcha spot, very similar to last year, but I saw they were up 3-0 or 6-0, and then
6-0.
Ohio State just beat the brakes off them.
And then the Niners minus 4.5. Yeah, they took care of business for me against the Browns on the road. And then a CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown for my parlay of the week. CeeDee found the end zone. So 5-1 week for me, one shot this week, and I'm celebrating back to what I think I started the pod with, this Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey. So I'll take mine quick.
I will say, while Brogan's taking a shot, I don't know about you guys. I'm a big music guy myself, as Spotify Wrapped just came out. But this was probably the best year for the Thanksgiving halftime shows that I've seen, and I can at least remember. You had between the Packers and Lions game, you had Jack White, the lead singer of the White Stripes. So that was pretty sick, watching him rip a guitar. Then the afternoon one between Cowboys and Chiefs, you got a little Post Malone action.
Yep.
And I actively tried to find this one and was pretty pissed that I couldn't. But apparently for the Ravens Bengals, they had fucking Lil Jon, yeah, as the halftime show. So that was pretty fucking sick. If you were able to watch all three of them, God bless you.
Dude, I was there for the Lions one too. It was pretty dope.
Big. Hey, it came out. I'm surprised Kid Rock didn't, because that's about all Michigan's got to offer.
Yeah, and while we're kind of diverging here, halftime shows, Giannis Antetokounmpo is mulling his future with the Milwaukee Bucks. What do we think about this?
Get a beer for this one. Well, every major news media outlet, talking head, I hope you're happy. I hope you're fucking happy. This is the exact thing that you've been wanting for and calling for. False rumors of integrity of journalists have been questioned for half a decade by myself, and probably only myself, saying, oh yeah, Giannis wants out. Giannis needs a trade. Giannis wants to get out of Milwaukee, when he has once never publicly said that. He has only been loyal to the team that has drafted him. But you get too many of these people in your ear, eventually you're going to start to believe a little bit of it. Now, we didn't do any favors for him this offseason or during the season last year when we traded his boy, Chris Middleton, who, ironically enough, beat the shit out of us as a Washington Wizard. Now, picking up their third win of the season against us on, let's say, Tuesday. I think was it Tuesday that they beat us, or was that Monday? Anybody? Bueller?
I don't remember.
I'm not.
They beat us on Monday. I'm pretty sure. They beat us on Monday because I think I remember looking at the notification while watching the Monday night game and be like, "Oh, okay." I didn't realize how bad they were.
Yeah, they beat us Monday, December 1st. It was 129-126, and the Wizards were 2-16 going into that game, and picked up the third win of the year. We're about quarter into the season or so, I'd say. So that's pathetic. That's embarrassing. I mean, the Wizards have a bunch of young talent, but you had Chris Middleton leading the way with a dagger three, as is his signature move late in the game to kind of ice it. So that's super unfortunate. And who do we replace Chris Middleton with? We got Kyle Kuzma. So that was awesome. I know it's a contract dump. I know it's a salary dump. He's younger. He'll be off the books quicker. But it doesn't matter. We've traded so many assets. So I'd like us to be tied with Giannis because that's about the only way that we're going to be competitive. And if we're not going to be competitive, we're just going to be forking over these picks that pretty sure aren't protected. And it's just going to be a disaster for the Bucks for about a decade or so until Dame's contract's off the books, and maybe Ryan Rollins will become a blooming star. But this is just a dark days ahead. This is not good.
Yeah, what I will say as somebody who is a Wisconsin sports fan but not a huge NBA fan, I'm glad Giannis got at least one championship in Milwaukee. If we didn't win that one a few years back, it would feel like a massive failure.
He'd have been gone 2 years ago.
Right. I do feel like we probably should have won at least more than one. Same thing as with Rodgers. But I'm kind of at the point where, like, we tried to go all in with him and Dame. Dame obviously didn't work out. Like, I think we gotta let him just go. I hate to say it, but, like, we're fucking 9-13 with him right now. We lost to the fucking Wizards. Like,
well, partially, he was hurt, and it didn't help us that Kevin Porter Jr., guy that we put way too much stock into before the season to be a bell cow for this team, got hurt the first game. Came back the other day and against the Nets and showed out pretty quick. Showed his playmaking ability with played 10 minutes or something off the bench and kind of a rehab stint and got 12 points. So kind of a microwave when you need him to be. But
how did Miles Turner only have 9 points? I didn't watch the game. I'm just looking at the box score. What the fuck? Like, I thought Miles Turner's supposed to be really good for us.
He missed some corner shots, and again, like he's a younger, slightly more explosive Brook Lopez. But I don't know. We had a couple tough stints. Like the Blazers beating us hurt. We hang tight against quality teams like the Knicks and the Cavs from a couple weeks ago. We were right in those games, but unfortunately, at one point it was like 17-4. So we're playing the Detroit Pistons right now. Okay, we're making a game of it. It'll be 20-30 to close out the first quarter, but our defense is absolutely atrocious, even with Giannis out on the court. So it's not great. We're not having a good time if you're a Bucks fan.
Well, yeah. So but fuck Shams Charania for pushing this. Get Giannis out of.
He's been doing this shit for years. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were doing it for years. I wouldn't have known if Sean wasn't like the person who would always bring it up every time.
He'd be spearheading the fucking movement,
dude. Every time any of the talking heads would bring it up, Sean would make sure to say fuck them. They hate small market teams. Like they're just trying to get them out of a small market to a larger market. Yada yada yada.
How are you supposed to, as a small market, be competitive if you get rid of your stars? They specifically made the salary contracts so you can get the super maxes and make it more lucrative for the star players to stay home so they can build around the talent that they drafted. It's not like we got them in free agency because hardly anybody's going to free agency in Milwaukee. I don't know why. It's a segregated city, kind of, but it's a nice time. It's a nice place.
Milwaukee, nice.
it depends. Again, it's like
All right,
it's
easy,
like Beloit
easy,
and Rockford.
easy,
It's got pockets. It's nice.
easy. Let's move off of basketball because I personally think we've spent too much time on it because I don't enjoy it too much.
Next time we'll be in the NBA Finals.
Let's move on to something more exciting. Some kicker news. Well, actually, before we get to the kickers, let's just do an overview of Week 13. So we had all of the teams playing, 16 games, 3 of them on Thursday, 1 on Black Friday, and then a full Sunday slate. On Thursday, the Dogs were barking. The Packers went into Detroit and beat the Lions. The Cowboys at home in Jerry World beat the Chiefs. The Boys are back, and then the Bengals with Joey Burrow go into Baltimore and beat the Ravens.
That was wild.
Dogs were barking on Thursday night. Well, not just Thursday night. On Thanksgiving Day on Thursday, the Dogs were barking.
Can we talk about those games and then get into like the? Okay.
Well, that's what I was trying to set it up there.
Okay.
The Dogs were barking, and then.
Oh, okay.
Threw it up to you, dude.
No, yeah.
It's out of bounds at this point.
No. Penalty. Throw a flag. Okay. Dog. That Lions game. Fucking Toyota-thon. Jordan Love. I don't. Did anybody mention it on the podcast last week? Toyota-thon.
Somebody definitely did.
I think Sean did.
I remember I gave the exact same date because you were going to go Lions. You're like, oh, fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, like a Toyota-thon.
You were never going.
Dude, I promise you, I was going to go Lions, but then you reminded me that it was Toyota. No, I'm dead ass serious. You reminded me it was Toyota-thon, and I was like, oh yeah, Jordan Love. Somebody posted his stats on Toyota-thon. Somebody else talk. I'm going to go find the stats for Toyota-thon from 2023, 2024, and now starting 2025. Somebody else start talking.
Essentially, I pulled it up a couple weeks ago, if I can remember. Over the course of an NFL season for it, it would have been I think about 3,700 yards, 28 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, something crazy. I've been critical of his decision-making down the stretch in, again, critical moments of the game, not necessarily right away. And much to Nick's dismay, Matt LaFleur does scheme guys open, but we just have it in our head now that we need to be a run-first team and establish the run the rock. What?
Breaking news. Giannis is out. He went down with a non-contact calf injury.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not even fucking, yeah. Just got the notification.
I did not even get that on Bleacher Report yet.
No.
I don't know how bad. It just says he's not coming back. He's out for the rest of the game. But they said it was non-contact.
No. No.
Let's just hope it's a strain. Let's just hope it's a strain. Okay.
Are you kidding me?
All right.
Yeah. Well, while Sean's breaking down, Nick, why don't you hit the Toyota-thon?
Toyota-thon stats. This is from all of his seasons starting in Toyota-thon. A 91.9 passer rating, which that's out of 100, which is first in the NFL. 4,005 passing yards, 33 touchdowns, 1 interception. And he has 31 deep completions, first in the NFL. So Toyota-thon Jordan Love is undeniably the best quarterback in the league once Toyota-thon starts. And that's just really weird to say. Yeah, that's such a weird thing that once it starts getting cold, all of a sudden he's the opposite of Drew Brees. Brother loves playing outside. You know, he can go outside and fucking sling the rock when it's negative temperatures. It's wild. You know, I don't know. But yeah, so watching that Lions game was a pure delight. And obviously there was a couple, that touchdown to Davian Wicks was a touchdown. People were talking about he didn't have possession, but an NFL ref or whatever, I think it was Gene Steratore that was talking about it. He's wide receivers can bring down the ball and they still have possession. You don't have to hold it up to have possession. You can catch it and bring the ball down to secure it, and that entire time that you're doing that, it's still in your possession. So he obviously,
Also, the refs were missing calls left and right too. Like the Lions were the beneficiary of some of those calls.
yeah, I mean, obviously there's that super obvious holding call on Christian Watson, but that timeout, even Matt LaFleur kind of smirked about it. The timeout, about being called before the delay of game, before the false start. Either way, it was a little bit of a sloppy officiating night, but. I mean, both teams got calls going their way. I don't think anybody should really be that upset.
Aren't perfect. Replace them with robots, but
yeah, like if you're still bitching about the fucking calls that night, put a tampon in. Like Jesus Christ, relax. You know, like it's.
I mean, I was on my way to get hammered with my family watching that game, so some of it's a little bit hazier than others, but I do remember I wish I could say a thorough ass beating, but it came down to the wire at the end. So
yeah, dude,
our defense is just not another level. Unfortunately, though, we did lose Devontae Wyatt.
Oh, rip.
For the year with that ankle injury.
Yeah, broke his ankle.
I'm concerned about our interior now, but we'll see.
Aren't we getting back an interior lineman this week too, from injury reserve? I mean, I know he was a backup, but I'm pretty sure that we're getting an interior lineman back this week as well. I might just be pulling that. I'm pretty sure we are. But yeah, the pack.
You pulling that from?
Dude, I swear to God.
It,
I swear to God, I saw like an injury report from the Packers saying like all the people coming back. This is on Twitter, and I was like,
Brooks?
yeah,
Carl Brooks.
yeah. That sounds about right.
Right.
Colin Oliver.
Yeah. Anything else you got, Nick, on this game before we move on?
No. R.I.P. St. Brown. Sorry to see that you went down.
Yeah.
I hate seeing players.
His is only going to be minor. I think his is going to be like a couple. I think he'll probably be out this week, but he should be back next week.
Okay.
And it sucked to see him go down so early. He didn't even get a reception or anything.
Hurt my fantasy team.
Yeah. All right. Well, then moving on to Black Friday, the Bears went into the Link in Philadelphia and just beat the Eagles. That was very surprising. I made my wife's cousin bet money on the Eagles spread. And
Why would you do that?
well, I guess I didn't make him. He asked me what I thought I was feeling for that game, and I said, "Oh, Eagles spread all day," and the Eagles don't even fucking money line doesn't even hit. So, yeah, I feel terrible about that.
Hopefully, it wasn't a lot.
Ben Johnson is also shirtless in the locker room. I mean, the Bears have something going on. Like,
wild.
I was talking shit about them both as a Packers fan, but just like I felt like they win close games. I thought they had no chance playing this Philly team, and I mean they go into Philadelphia and get a big win.
Yeah, good for what 2 100-yard rushers, and that was like on the same team. That was the first time that shit happened in fucking forever.
They ran for what over 250 or whatever.
It was like I think
first time since 1985 for the Bears that they've had 200-yard rushers. So.
The one thing is,
they didn't even have to make Caleb Williams do a whole lot. I mean, he was just handing the ball off. But if you know what's coming and you can't stop it.
Yeah, I'll talk about that later.
What's wrong with Saquon Barkley this year? He almost goes for 2K last year, and then
just a lot of tread on the tires. It just didn't. Wheels pop.
I mean, his average yards per rush is 3.7. He only has one game over 100 rushing yards the entire year. 4 rushing touchdowns.
He just hasn't been busting the explosive plays, and that Eagles offensive line has been
a
revolving door.
Yeah, I think the Eagles offensive line has been pretty cheeks this year.
Right, but like, I don't know if I want to say this out loud, but like, does this prove that the running back position is basically...
Dude, it's a rental.
Important?
It's a rental.
Like, right, like, all the running backs are talented enough that if you give them decent blocks, they can make shit happen. Because
I mean,
for the most part,
I just don't get how you go from being
like we saw the
what
shit
he
that he was
did
doing last year.
Right. How do you do what he did last year, and then the next year I know he got a little bit banged up right before their bye week, but besides that, like, he's been healthy. He hasn't missed any weeks, and he only has one game over 100 yards. Like, that's crazy to me. He's still 28.
He's just another
like, it's
year
not like he's super
older.
old.
No, but he is another year older, and I mean, the NFL is a league of freak athletes. So,
Yeah.
True. That's
you
very
get
true.
older, everybody else gets younger, faster, stronger. It's just tough. That's why people always say Father Time's undefeated. Like it's just tough to keep up and keep that competitive edge.
Well, yeah. So then let's move on to Sunday. Obviously, we kind of highlighted earlier the Texans beat the Colts.
Hmm.
We already kind of talked about that one, but I mean, yeah, that Texans team is just kind of gritty. It seems like the defense is pretty good, and they just find a way to kind of win. I mean, I know they're only 7-5, but looked like the Colts were going to run away with that division, and now the Texans are one game back. Some other, I mean, the Panthers beating the Rams.
That was wild.
Bryce Young throwing for 3 tuds, and then Stafford having 3 turnovers. Like,
I saw.
pick 6 and that turnover in the red zone just did not. I mean, that 14-point swing. What did they lose by? Was it 3 or was it 7?
3.
Yeah, it was.
31-28.
Yeah. So I mean, for not, you can't necessarily say they were going to go down and score, but like it was probably going to maybe at least anything a field goal for sure. 7-point swing there, at best 14 points. I mean, turnover in the red zone, you're getting at worst a field goal out of that. So that's another 3 right there. I mean, they had chances. That would have been a sweat to cover. What were they, like 10 points, even if everything breaks their way?
And you know what's?
Yeah, it's 10.5. Yeah.
I think I saw something wild that like Bryce Young has like, I think like 12 wins or some shit like that, and out of those 12, 10 of them are like comebacks. Like he has like driven down the field and like scored
It would
to
make
like,
sense. The team is usually down.
dude. He's the greatest comeback fucking. He like if I had 2 minutes to drive down the field, I'm giving to Bryce Young over anybody else. Apparently.
All right, shut up. Another team that's down, the
Oh.
Vikings. Oh boy. You know,
Yeah.
I feel terrible about this because I was the one person to back the Vikings. I hyped up Max Brosmer a little bit in the pod last week,
They waited.
and then just fucking atrocious. I mean, they don't even score any points. The fucking pick 6. Boy, the Vikings just have. They didn't realize how good they had it with Sam Darnold last year, with having 9 and then Max Brosmer this year.
Dude.
I'm so happy about that.
They're so silly. You are so silly for wanting to get rid of a fucking good quarterback in Sam Darnold. I know the last couple of games of the season last year for the Vikings kind of went downhill, and Sam Darnold wasn't looking the greatest. But holy fuck, dude. Like, he's still, he threw for like 30 tuds, didn't he, last year?
I mean,
And-
yeah, he had a real good year.
Yeah, he threw for like 30 tuds, like over 4K yards, and I'm pretty sure he had less than 10 interceptions. Like, that's a good fucking.
Department's working on it.
Yeah, he had a good fucking season.
He had 35 touchdowns, 12 interceptions,
Oh.
4,300 yards, passer rating of 102.5. Like, yeah, like I mean, what else do you want from a quarterback? Like, obviously, not super elite, but like, you can't really ask for much more than that in the NFL.
And they went 14-3 last year too. Like, come on.
Right, especially with what you have this year after you could have re-signed him. So yeah, I mean, kind of get what. I mean, they had the chance. They decided to trust 9, and they're paying the price right now.
Is Justin Jefferson gonna get sick of this shit?
Probably get him out of Minnesota. Can Shams get on that?
Yeah, might as well start that one.
Some other games. The Bills.
Green, by the way, so we'll be just fine, hopefully.
The Bills gave it to the Steelers. Yeah, I mean, Steelers offense just really didn't do anything.
I really did. I thought the Steelers were going to eke out like a 10-7 victory or some shit when I saw it. I think it was at the end of the first quarter and end of the first half, and it was like 7-0 Steelers. 7-0 Steelers. I was like, yep, the Bills are done.
Yeah.
I saw a report that the Steelers' offense is not watching. Like a lot of people on the offense aren't watching film. Like that's wild.
Yeah, and it shows because they had
Oh,
117
shit.
passing yards and 58 rushing yards. So, I mean, Darnell Washington led this game for both the Bills and Steelers in receiving yards. He went 2 for 45. Like, what the fuck? DK Metcalf? I thought he was gonna do big things with Rodgers. I thought he was gonna kind of like not be Devontae Adams, obviously, because Tay's a Hall of Famer. But like similarly, like big receiver can go get the ball. I mean, DK Metcalf has kind of been ass this year.
Retweet.
I don't know if we really need to spend any time on that, but like,
Nah.
it's been kind of shocking that he's been so bad. All right, and then yeah, one thing that I've been kind of waiting to get onto, that Sunday night game, the Broncos needing OT to beat the Commanders at home in the Battle of the Ducks, Bo Nix versus Mariota.
Didn't even think
I
about
mean, the Broncos, are they the worst 10-2 team of all time?
Dude, they're not that good. They're not that good. A lot of people are hyping them up and whatnot. Like watching them play, they 10-2. It feels like the Chiefs last year on how they just like kept eking. And like I know Chiefs went to the Super Bowl, so it's probably a really bad comparison. But like during the regular season, they just kept eking out fucking tight wins, and it just didn't feel like the Chiefs were that good. Obviously, they were that good. Went to the Super Bowl, lost, but it feels like the Broncos are following along that same fucking like archetype, but they don't have Patrick fucking Mahomes as their quarterback. So like, I feel like they're gonna go into the playoffs, go one and done, and everybody's gonna be like, wow. What did we ever see in the Broncos this year?
They're going to be a real tough out in Mile High, though, in January.
Shit, dude.
Yeah. Talking about a tough out, the Patriots 11-2 beating the Giants. They won by 18, so it probably doesn't matter. But I'm sure everybody has seen the Younghoe Koo field goal attempt.
Oh, my God.
How does that happen at the NFL level?
I was reminded on a podcast either yesterday or earlier today that he was the YouTube kicker. Like he got signed because he was making crazy shit on YouTube. So I forgot about that. And yeah, it showed. Apparently Dable wasn't having those guys practice kicking a whole lot, so I don't know what the hell they were really doing during practice. So thank God that dude's gone. Now my Giants overs can finally hit.
And because of Stafford's outing and Drake May's outing, Stafford was like I think negative 200 something to get MVP going into last week. After that, their odds basically flipped. Now Drake May is minus 135, and now Stafford's plus money at plus 125.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
May is the NFL leader for MVP heading into Week 14.
And I know I've been like banging the fucking table for the Patriots this year, but I feel like they're going to be another one of those teams that kind of goes into the playoffs and gets a reality check by a better team. I know I'm saying that a lot about the AFC teams. There's no AFC team that I'm looking at, like as a Packers fan, like somehow, some way, we make it to the Super Bowl. There's no AFC team.
Work to do on our side.
No, I completely understand, but there's no team that I look at on the AFC side that I'm like, wow, they are fucking world beaters. You know?
Yeah.
Well, with that, I don't know what, like, it's not going to necessarily surprise me. I guess it would if, like, the Jags made it, but, like, would it really surprise you if, like, the Bills made it or the Patriots made it to the Super Bowl?
It would surprise me.
The team got hot down the stretch.
Lamar's
got to get in. They can't all surprise you.
Dude, true. Lamar Jackson looked like fucking dog shit. Sorry, I need to bring that up. Lamar Jackson looked like dog shit.
Yeah, well, and maybe one of the big stories too that I haven't heard much about, but like with the Patriots being so good, the Bills are going to be a wild card team if they make it in. I mean, I assume the Bills are going to make it in at 8-4, but like they're not going to have their home field advantage like they have in the past in the playoffs. So that'll be interesting to see. I guess if they could make a run on the AFC side away from home.
And it's going to be wild because this is like probably the Chiefs probably won't make it into the playoffs this year. Right? This will be Patrick Mahomes' first time.
Man. Tony Romo thinks they're going to run the table.
Okay, well,
the model has them going 10-7.
Okay.
As the 7th seed.
Okay. If they don't
NFL playoff machine
if they don't make the playoffs this year, right? Patrick Mahomes, I know I dog on Mahomes a lot, but Mahomes is still like the best. He's still the best quarterback in the league. Okay, I dog on Mahomes. I exacerbate. He's still the best quarterback in the league. Okay, I full willing to admit that. I'm never willing to count them out, but like without having the world beater Mahomes in the playoffs, you'd hope that Josh Allen would make something of himself or Lamar Jackson would try and make something of himself. But like both those guys and their teams, like it's like what the fuck? They're both fumbling the fucking bag right now. Like they have a fucking opportunity to make something of their careers, and it feels like both of them are like regressing. The one year that Mahomes probably isn't going to make the playoffs.
No, I know it's a long shot. After all of that being said, and all things considered, but I do love playing around with the NFL playoff machine. And if you just do not want to do work at your job for like 30 minutes sometime, just tinker with this for the next 4 weeks. And I got the Chiefs going 10-7. They'd be taking on the 2-seeded New England Patriots in Foxborough.
Oh my
Talk
god,
about a matchup.
that would be fun. That would be fun.
The storylines.
Well, yeah, I guess some storylines that we've skipped over while going over some of the games. Justin Herbert fractured his non-throwing hand and had surgery on Monday, I believe, for that.
Yeah.
I guess I haven't heard an update. I assume he's playing this week.
They're penciling him in. They're projecting him to play.
Obviously, they have the Monday night game, so they have an extra day to recover. Sauce Gardner went down with a calf strain for the Colts. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that looked like an Achilles.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
It
will walk
wasn't.
off, so it was good.
Fuck,
those,
dude.
Like you see it all the time in basketball too. If people return too too quick from those calf strains,
Yeah.
you see it rupture all the time. Like
Mhm.
they gotta
the thing
be
with Sauce
very careful.
is like he looked back, and like that's the common thing like that people say when they tear their Achilles. Is it feels like somebody kicked them or something. So like
Yep, that's
you'll
what
see them,
Halliburton
look
said.
back.
He
right.
He watched
So,
the
like-
film to see who kicked him.
Yeah, and like Sauce, like in the video of Sauce getting hurt, like he just looks back and there's nobody behind him. So thankfully it wasn't an Achilles because Sauce is a great player. Love to see that guy on the field, but gonna be down with calf strain for a few weeks. Any other injury news that we didn't get to that you guys want to cover?
Nothing besides Devontae Wyatt. That's going to be a huge blow for the Packers, but otherwise, I don't think anything super major from
Now,
NFC North standpoint.
All right. Well, anything else about Week 13 before we hop into Week 14 spreads?
Just that I was on ESPN earlier going into the playoff machine, and it looked like not Justin Herbert. Mark Andrews got an extension.
oh yeah, he did.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
for
he
him
did.
For getting the bag.
Yeah, he's a type 1 diabetic too.
So-
Fun fact.
Nice.
So.
Well, I guess not nice, but you know what I meant.
All right, let's move on quickly so we don't get canceled. Spread wise, last week, I was talking my shit with locks because I got my ass kicked in the spreads. I went 6-9-1. Nick was our champion at least for week 13 at 8-7-1, and Sean was right there in the middle at 7-8-1. One thing I wanted to highlight is we had no pushes up until week 10, and then we've had one push in week 11, week 12, and now week 13. So I don't know. Once the pushes start coming, they don't stop coming.
Sure,
Is that what Smash Mouth said?
I think so. That's about right.
So yeah, I guess overall, Nick is in the lead, 98, 93, and 3. I am in second place, 97, 94, and 3, and Sean is right there, 96, 95, and 3. So we're heading into week 14. All of us over 500, barely, but still, all of us over 500. All of us within 2 games of the leader. 1 game separates each of us.
I've picked up a game on each of you the last like 3 weeks, and I'm still 2 games out of first.
Yeah. So I mean, it is tight. We still don't know exactly what the punishment's going to be. We're open to your guys' suggestions, but there will be a punishment for whoever, or the group of people, it could be all 3 of us, that have the worst spread record at the end of the NFL season, and we only have 4 weeks left.
That's
5
wild.
weeks left. Sorry, I can't do the math. I was jumping ahead of it. But anyways, like we're getting down there, so it's gonna have to start paying attention to the overall records here. Speaking of
I was going to
overall,
ask if we were going all the way to the Super Bowl or just the end of Week 18. So, all right, good to know.
I think just week 18, and then we'll obviously keep doing the playoffs. But
Sure.
I mean, we could if we're all tied, maybe we do keep going to the playoffs. We'll see. We'll see.
Tiebreaker. Yeah.
But I guess I was thinking it'd be like a regular season thing. But
Yeah, that makes more sense.
but yeah, speaking of like overall success, squad rides through week 13, we kind of got our butts kicked. I think we went 4-6 in squad rides last week. We had a lot of squad rides. We're 49-2, so we are 500 exactly on squad rides.
That's wild.
Not great, and we'll see how many squad rides we have this week. We have 14 games this week. It is the final week of buys, finally. San Francisco, the New York Giants, Carolina Panthers, and New England Patriots are the 4 teams that have not had their buys yet. All right, well, let's get into week 14. Thursday night, we got something that should be an offensive banger. It's the highest total of the week at 54.5 currently. The Dallas Cowboys head into Detroit to take on the Lions. Lions are home 3-point favorites. And Nick, since you're a champion from last week, I think you can go first. Sean, you can go second, and I'll be the caboose this week.
All right. Yeah, so this one's really tough. I was fucking going back and forth on this game for a while because both teams have playoff aspirations, right? Detroit, it's kind of outside looking in. I think they have a 40% chance of making the playoffs right now. While Dallas has a much higher chance because they can actually compete for the NFC top spot the NFC East top spot with the Eagles because they dropped one against the Bears somehow, some way. So I think this is so fucking tough. I literally have this one up for a fucking coin flip. I'm going to go with Dallas just because Detroit has that -3. I know Dan Campbell's going to get his team fucking, all ready to go, and it's going to be really, really great. It's going to be a really fun game to watch. But because of that -3, Dallas's offense is just too fucking good. They're just too good. That's it. Dallas.
All right. Neither team is going to be at a rest advantage because they both played last week. So that was my first order of looking into. And, I mean, the spread's super close. I'm just going to at the end of the day, I'm just going to give it to the home team with a better run game. So give me the Lions. I've been hearing it all week, listening to other people talk about it. It's kind of a loser leaves town situation in terms of the playoffs where if Dallas does drop this game, they definitely can't get a wild card spot at the rate that they were going, and they could catch Philly if Philly drops the next 4 or 5 or whatever, but I don't see that happening. So give me Detroit.
Yeah, this is probably the first Thursday night game of the season that I'm super jacked up for personally. Every Thursday night game, I kind of just have it on in the background or streaming on my phone while I'm just kind of I'm multitasking, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Even the Packers one?
Locked in. Even the Packers one. Well, okay. Not last week on Thursday because that was Thanksgiving. That one doesn't count. But all the Thursdays besides that. I'm going to be locked in tomorrow night. We're recording this on Wednesday. This one, I'm in a blender. I want to go Dallas because the Lions are banged up. But I think the Lions are the better team. I know Dallas has been good the last few weeks. Their offense is really good. Their defense has gotten some pieces. But man, I just can't see the Lions losing back-to-back at home. So I'm going to go with the Lions. I'm going to back Sean on this one. But yeah, this is one of the toughest games of the week for me to pick, which, it is a 3-point spread, so maybe that would be obvious, but yeah, if you asked me if in 10 minutes, if we were talking about this, I might flip to Dallas. So anyways, I'm going with the Lions. Anything else in this game before we move on?
It's gonna be a really fun one. Don't miss it.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, moving on to a big South matchup. Oh my God, my brain just had like an aneurysm. Holy shit! A big,
Not
big
breaking
old,
enough.
big old NFC South matchup. The Saints head to Tampa Bay, take on the Buccaneers. I saw Mike Evans is practicing, or they opened his 21-day practice window. I don't
Let's
think
go.
he's going to be back for this game, but he potentially could be, but I don't think he will be. Anyways, Buccaneers are home 8.5-point favorites. That's a pretty big number for a divisional game. What do you think about that, Nick?
Yeah, that's fucking kind of schmassive. I don't know. The Buccaneers, they're pretty. We all know they're banged up, and I don't know. This one's really tough. But as I was saying, kind of at the beginning of the fucking pod, like, who the fuck is Shuck? You know what I mean? Like, he hasn't really done anything to prove to me that he can actually score points. And I'm pretty sure Kamara's still out, isn't he?
It's a good question.
He's projected. Someone that has a stakeholder in him in fantasy.
Hmm.
He is projected to be playing at least, but to what extent is still unknown.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck.
Still absent from practice.
This one's another really tough one. That 8.5 points is just a lot. I'm gonna go with Nolans. Nolans. It's a lot of points. Tampa Bay hasn't been looking that great. I don't know. Nolans is gonna find a way to just fucking hang around and stay within that window.
Huh. So, glanced at my notes for this one, and I wrote this one down on, I think it was Sunday morning, or whatever, where I had it at the spread was 8.5, and it said I can only assume this spread is going to go up, but doesn't matter. Give me the Bucks, and I'm floored that it's staying at 8.5. So I'm wondering what kind of money's coming in for New Orleans, but it doesn't matter here. It's going to be, if there's a team that's the embodiment of grit, it's this Tampa Bay Bucks team. Give me Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I'm with Sean on this one. 8.5 is a huge number, and it's a divisional game, which are two things that normally I feel like I personally look. I hate betting big number favorites, and I think divisional games are always closer. Anyways, I'm going with the Bucks though. I mean, they've kind of had a murderer's row of a schedule to start the season, and they kind of have a cakewalk here at the end. They had Arizona last week, then Saints at home this week, Falcons at home this week, then Carolina, Miami, Carolina. So long story short,
Carolina games are going to be for the division, though.
they are. These are big games.
Matter.
And yeah, I mean, a ton of division games here. I mean, they only have one non-division game the rest of the way to go. I guess what I'm trying to say though is like they're sitting here at 7-5, but they've played a lot of good teams. They're banged up. Baker's banged up. But yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling. I'll take the Bucks minus 8.5. I know it's a lot, but this is like a get right game. I feel like last week should have been against the Cardinals.
It's a trap.
It is a trap, but I'll take the Bucks. Next game we got the Bengals with Joe Burrow back head into Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Bills are home 5.5-point favorites. Joe Burrow gave it to Lamar Jackson and the Ravens on Thanksgiving night. Is he going to do the same thing to Josh Allen in Buffalo?
Yeah. I think he's going to do the same. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I do think Cincinnati's going to be able to cover that 5.5-point spread, though. I think their offense is going to be better than the Bills' offense, but the Bills' defense is going to be better than the Bengals' defense. So it's going to come down to this weird little spot where both teams are kind of dog shit in their own individual rights. I think Cincinnati's going to be able to cover that point spread, though, 5.5. I mean, for two teams. You know, Cincinnati just wanting to say fuck you to the Bills because, you know, why not? Yeah, give me Cincy.
Yeah. I mean, last week showed more of my distrust in the Bills, but I do think the Bengals are on to something. And like I said, Steelers game was close for a little bit, and Steelers offense just isn't good. If they're not going to be able to put up points quickly, I think the Bengals definitely can put up some points. Give me the Bengals to cover here and possibly win outright.
All right, I guess I'm going to be the square here. Death taxes, Josh Allen at home in the regular season. I can't remember how many times I've said this. Probably every time the Bills have been at home. But yeah, I'm going to take Buffalo. Death taxes, Josh Allen at home in the regular season. I think the only time, quickly with the stats department, that they haven't hit this line at home this season was against the Patriots where they lost outright. So the Bills are just different in Buffalo, I think. Moving on to the next game, we got the Battle of the Birds. The Seahawks heading down to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Seahawks are road 7-point favorites. Potential push line here? What do you think, Nick?
Yeah, I don't know. The Seahawks are just fucking good. I mean, JSN's having a historical season. 7 point, huh?
I said not last week.
Last week
Yeah.
was terrible.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks here. I always take them on the. I'm pretty sure I've taken them almost every single time when they've been on the road this year. You know what? I'm gonna refer to the stats department for that one. But I don't know. I really like the Seahawks. I think they're a very, very solid team. Sam Darnold's doing great things with that team. If only the Vikings had a quarterback like that, then maybe they could be a competitor. But enough jokes aside. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks here. I really like them just on their away matchups. For some reason, they just play better away. It's impressive.
Stats department, quick, Sean, before you go. You have
yeah.
taken the Seahawks to cover every time on the road. Besides Week 12, which is when they went to Tennessee and they were 13.5-point favorites, you took Tennessee, but you got that right. So I guess you have picked the spread correctly in all of Seattle's away games.
All right, well, I knew Seattle was doing me right on a lot of these games. Genuinely.
That's incredible.
That's wild.
Yeah, I'm very curious what Atlanta's home and away spreads are. Well, I do think Atlanta's a significantly better team at home than they are away. I think that defensive line is just going to be too much, and with Kirk Cousins already being a statue back there, not being able to step up in the pocket, going to get real uncomfortable for him real fast, and they're not going to be able to get much in terms of an offense. So I think Seattle rolls here.
Yeah, this is going to be our first squad ride of the week. I cannot put my faith in Kirk Cousins against the Seattle defense. I tried to last week with Max Brosmer. Granted, that was a road game for the Vikings. This will be a home game for Kirk Cousins. But I got my ass handed to me by the Seahawks defense last week, and I will not let it happen again. So I'm going to be on the Seahawks as well. Moving on to a fun AFC North game. That's not right. AFC North, right? Jesus, my brain is having a stroke right now.
Buddy, are you drunk right now?
Steelers. I
on the pod?
Tennessee honey, dude. The Steelers are
Brother's
at
drinking on the job.
The Ravens are home 6-point favorites. I'm gonna mute myself. And, I don't know.
Think about what you did.
Yeah, it's wild that the AFC North went from being the best division in football, I think last year, or was it 2 years ago, where everybody was like, no, AFC. No, I'm talking about this division. I mean exactly what I'm saying.
The NFC North was the best one. The NFC North.
Okay, the AFC North also, they had, what was the year that the Browns had 9 wins? And everybody was right up there. The Browns were the least winning team in the AFC North, and they had fucking 9 wins. Regardless, I think this is a get right for the Steelers, honestly. Mike Tomlin needs his 500. And I could see the Steelers just straight up winning this game. I know Rodgers kind of looked disheveled last week and he was kind of pissed, but fucking Lamar Jackson,
Kind of.
huh?
I said kind of looked disheveled.
Yeah, he was not happy. It looked like that he wanted to quit football right then and there. I think this is a week where the Steelers come out and they show everybody that they still want to play ball, that they want to win, and that they can compete. So give me the Steelers here, and look for Steelers money line. Maybe.
And Nick, you were not too far off. It was the 2024 season where the Ravens were the 13 and they were 13-4. Browns were 11-6. Steelers were 10-7, and Bengals were 9-8.
Okay. There we go.
Good year for them.
Yep, I was about to say I'm pretty sure it was either last year or the year before where like the AFC North was just a bloodbath.
Yeah, it was competitive. What do we got here? 6 points. Yeah, I think the Ravens are going to be well rested, and they're going to be super pissed coming off that loss on Thanksgiving, and they're going to be looking to make a statement after that just terrible showing. So I also don't know the status of Aaron Rodgers as to what extent he's healthy, and if you get Perk Rodgers out there at the ripe age of like 40 something, that ain't Perk Rodgers as a young buck in his early 30s. So give me Baltimore.
Yeah, and this is a massive game for the division. I know we've been talking about this AFC. I didn't even know what the fuck this division was 30 seconds ago. My brain is just in a pretzel. But these teams are tied at 6-6 for this division. So, I mean, this game is massive for the division. These teams also play in Week 18, so that could potentially be for the division as well if these two teams stay close. But I'm all on Sean's storyline of Baltimore having a few extra days to think about that divisional loss to Cincinnati at home last week. Baltimore's got to show something here. The 6 points scares me a little bit, but I still think Baltimore gets it done. So I'll take Baltimore -6 at home. Moving on to a AFC South matchup. We got the Colts heading down to Jacksonville. Fuck, I messed up the Duval. Totally forgot about it. Anyways, the Jags are not favorites. The Colts are still favorited. 1.5 points down in Jacksonville on the road. What do you like in this one, Nick?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Indy. The Jags. I jagged off at the beginning of the season. I was pretty excited for them, and I don't know, Brian Thompson Jr. BTJ, Brian Thompson Jr. Thomas. Thank you. Is he being fucking benched because he's dog shit?
He was hurt, I think, and then I do think it was a bench in or some shit. And he's back now, which is great for my fantasy team and others, hopefully. But yeah, hopefully looking to get him going.
Okay.
Time out. Sorry, Nick. Not podcast related. You have BTJ on your fantasy team?
Do I?
I do.
Sean? No, Sean.
Yes.
And you put in a fucking waiver claim for Brenton Strange?
Yeah.
Fuck you. Alright, proceed.
Give me Indy here.
I believe in this team.
Give me Indy.
What are you talking about? He needed a tight end. my Giants tight end was on bye.
Oh my god. Alright, well. John,
He
why
was
are you
highly
taking
coveted. Like 4 people put in
Yeah.
for him.
I was one of them. Why are you taking the Jags?
So, for however short-lived this is going to be, the Jags are going to cover. They're going to win this game outright and be in sole possession of first place. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't like it when they're going to play the Colts in a couple weeks, but give me the Jags here.
Yeah, that's a good point. Our host should have pointed that out. This game is also for the division lead. Both of these teams are 8-4, so this is also a massive game. I'm going to take the Colts on the road.
The fuck?
I don't love it. I mean, but I can't be jagging off. I'm kind of
We
upset.
don't want you.
I'll take the Colts.
When the Jags do win, I would have hit my season alternate ladder over on their win totals.
Nice, nice.
Moving on to a disgusting game. The Tennessee Titans heading to Cleveland to take on the Browns. The overall viewership of this game might be 10.
It might be me. It might just be me. I think this is going to be a fun legacy game for Myles Garrett. It's going to be a fun legacy game for Myles Garrett. Dude, this week he's going to break the record. What is he at? 18 sacks right now?
19.
19?
Cam Ward has
Yeah. Dude, Cam Ward fucking runs around the backfield too much, holds on to the ball. Myles Garrett's going to go back there, and he's just going to shit. Oh my god, it's going to be a fun defensive matchup for purely only for Myles Garrett. That's the only person I'm going to watch.
Browns are must-see TV for like the next 5 weeks.
Yeah. So give me Tennessee, actually. Because
Love it.
Shador is fucking... I am undoing my apologies. Shador Sanders kind of fucking sucks. He's not that good. Going back to my original analysis of him, he's not that great. Cam Ward's better in every way, and it's gonna be a score of like...
Long break.
It's gonna be... Genuinely, it's going to be 3-7. And the Titans are going to cover.
Is Dylan Gabriel, like, do we know if Shador's still starting? Is Dylan Gabriel starting? I saw Deshaun Watson's fucking returning his 21-day practice window open. So, I mean,
This
this
a goddamn mess.
this QB
much
carousel
longer
just keeps
is he
getting
in
better
a
and better.
contract?
Well, yeah, and this is like, I kind of wish the Browns could just keep playing in the playoffs. Like, you know how some high school teams do that? They just keep scheduling extra games to play.
Yeah.
I kind of wish the Browns would just schedule a Week 19 game just to see who they throw out there at quarterback.
Just having the Raiders again.
Right. Yeah, they need an extra week. But all right, Sean, who do you like in this game?
Jesus, neither. Unfortunately, I have to pick a team. I'm probably gonna go Browns here for all the reasons I said. Like Myles Garrett's awesome, and not Malik Willis. Cam Ward holds onto the ball way too long. He'll scramble. He's shown strides. It's very puzzling and frustrating. He's shown strides as a rookie where he's been able to like kind of slow the game down, step up in the pocket, and make deliver throws. And then he'll also just be like trying to do the Madden, I have a fast quarterback, I'm just going to try to get to the edge, or oh shit, the defensive end cut me off, I'm going to loop back, and then boom, you just get blindsided by either the other D end or one of the D tackles or a blitzing linebacker. It just makes the most frustrating decisions. But yeah, I mean, the Browns also have no business being 4.5-point favorites against anyone except the Titans. So that's all I got.
Yeah, so for me, the total's 33.5 for this game. And that's not due to weather. I think it's going to be
Is that
like
the lowest?
yeah, oh yeah, it's like it's not because it's like a snow or rain game. No. This is just two bad teams, and it's 33.5 currently.
Watch it be a shootout.
Yeah, so with that, I guess I'm going to take the team that has the better defense in that low-scoring game, and I just hope it's like 10-3 or something. Somehow Cleveland finds the end zone. So I'll take the Browns as well. Moving from one garbage game to another one. The Commanders heading to Minnesota to take on the Vikings.
Give me the commies.
All right. Yep. The commies are road 2.5. Or sorry, the Vikings are home 2.5-point favorites. Commies are road 2.5-point dogs, and Nick's taking the commies. I think JJ McCarthy will be back. 9.
Yeah.
So if that changes any of your thoughts, Sean?
I mean, it doesn't. I didn't know who I'm picking in this game, but fuck it, give me the duck. Give me Mariota, I guess. I don't really have any reasoning for it other than I liked what I saw when they were at home against the Broncos, and JJ McCarthy doesn't play great at home, so I'm really hoping that
He just
happens
doesn't
again.
play great, period.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you guys saw that. I had Minnesota wrote down for about 10
I
seconds.
did. I was super excited
But-
about it.
Yeah, I was too.
So I stared at it, and then I thought, I have been talking shit about 9 ever since he got drafted. How am I gonna back him here? So yeah, give me watch. I'll take the commies as well. We got a squad ride in the commies.
We don't have
Next
too many
one.
spot rides this week so far.
Not yet. Not yet. Moving on to an AFC East matchup. I mean, just a fucking murderer's row of garbage games here. The Dolphins heading to New York to take on the Jets. I mean, a little sneaky. The Dolphins have won 3 in a row, so look out for them. But they're heading to New York to take on the Jets. The Finns are road 2.5-point favorites. Who do you like in this one, Nick?
Give me the Dolphins. I think they're kind of getting right. They're riding the ship right now, showing why people should keep their jobs. The Jets are still a poverty franchise. They will continue to be a poverty franchise. If your franchise can make Aaron Rodgers look, if you guys fucking make Aaron Rodgers look bad, throwing for 28 touchdowns and 13 interceptions, and you guys wanted him out because he was dog shit, and you get stuck with Justin Fields, you deserve everything that's coming your way. Yeah, give me the Dolphins. 2.5 is just, yeah, that's just, yeah.
Scene?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with a lot of those points. The Jets are just feeling themselves a little bit too much after beating the Falcons on a walk-off field goal, and I think the Dolphins beat them pretty handily here.
Yep. We'll have another squad right here on the Dolphins. I can't back the Jets. Like Nick said, just a terrible franchise. So I'll take the Dolphins. Moving on to an AFC West divisional game. The Broncos, after that big win on Sunday night, heading out to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Broncos are road 7.5-point favorites. 7 and the hook, Nick. Is that too many points for Bo Nix on the road?
I'm going. This is another one of those games where I'm going back and forth on, where I'm like, you know, like ew. They fired Chip Kelly, and last week the Raiders' offense didn't look a whole lot better. I'm hoping this week the Raiders' offense starts getting a little bit of steam beneath them. I was just shitting on the Broncos for. It's good. This game's gonna go one of two ways. Either Denver's going to put up 33 points and the Raiders going to put up fucking 7. Or the fucking Broncos are going to put up 21 and the Raiders are going to put up like 17. Right? It's either going to be a close game, one possession game, or they're going to get fucking just blown the fuck out. And it's not even going to be a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and just jumping in here, they did play in Week 10 on Thursday night. Denver was home for that game, obviously. They were 9.5-point favorites, and it was a 10-7 game.
Yeah.
Denver.
Yeah. So it's going to be one of the two. I'm going to go with the Raiders here. I'm really hoping that... I don't even know who the fucking new offense coordinator is. They can't be better than Chip Kelly. Yeah. I hope it's Tom Brady. Dude, can Tom Brady be the offensive coordinator for the Raiders? Can he do that?
He can only do so much.
Yeah, give me the Raiders. It's either gonna be a shit show of a game. It's gonna be a shit show of a game. It's going to be. Yeah. So Raiders.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show of a game. Divisional game, so I always think, oh wow, that's a really high spread for a divisional game, especially Broncos catching a lot of points on the road. But I don't think it matters. I mean, the amount of times that they set. How many points did the Raiders score last week?
14.
Yeah, they were like crowning here. Like players were coming up to them. Greg Olson, their offensive coordinator, like two scores in the NFL. That's not good, not crazy. I don't. The Raiders are just bad right now. Maybe next year I'll bet they're over again because I'm a goddamn idiot sometimes on certain things. But give me the Broncos here. I don't think it's gonna be close.
Woo!
Yeah. I am also taking the Broncos, so Nick's on an island here.
Again.
If everything holds pat, Brogan and I might significantly leapfrog you this week.
Or I'm going to significantly get a lead on you. Or we're going to split about 500, which is the most likely scenario.
Probably.
No, I mean, for me here, these two teams have already played each other. Sure, it was close. It was a Thursday night. But yeah, I mean, the Raiders have not looked good since that Thursday night game against Denver. Their last three, the closest game was 14 against the Browns. And that was at home. That was a Shedeur Sanders thing. So if Shedeur Sanders in his first NFL start can go in here and win by 14, why can the 10-2 Broncos not? So I'll take the Broncos, 7.5. Next one, a game that got flexed to being the Fox America's Game of the Week. One that I know we're all jacked up about. The Chicago Bears and crying Caleb Williams into Green Bay to take on Toyotathon Jordan Love at home. The Packers are 6.5-point favorites for this one at home. A game that's another one of these for the division games this week. Bears are 9-3. Packers are 8-3-1. Nick, why are you taking the Packers this week?
Great question. I don't believe the Bears are contenders. I know the Packers have things to work on, but watching the Bears, if your coach is coming out and saying that you can't pass the ball and saying that you only have a ground game, that's the only way the Packers lose this, right? Is if we get gashed on the fucking ground. If we make crying Caleb Williams pass, he holds onto the ball the longest in the league, which is just fucking Micah Parsons is probably licking his fucking chops at that stat. I know the Bears' offensive line is massively improved from last year, but our defense, very solid. I know that we lost an interior D lineman, so that's going to be a little bit of a hiccup in stopping the ground. But fucking A, man. Toyotathon Jordan Love, if fucking Matt LaFleur just lets Toyotathon Jordan Love throw the ball when we get Jaden Reed back and Golden back. I know Golden hasn't been doing anything really, but that's just a fucking speedster. You know, he's a threat at all times. He's always a threat. Green Bay, obviously. I just don't believe if Green Bay can get up 2 or more possession, if they can get up 2 possessions, 10 points to 14 points, and make the Bears pass, it's game over. If the Packers allow the Bears to kind of fucking play around and hang around all game, then I could easily see the Bears actually coming out and winning this game if the Packers let them hang around. But if the Packers come out fucking swinging, like they did against Detroit, no team in the league's going to be able to stop Green Bay. So, GB, baby.
I absolutely love both sides of when I have to pick a Green Bay game, because it means either I'm going against Green Bay and I know I'm picking up a point against Nick, or I get to dive headfirst into the fandom that is Green Bay Packers. And I mean, yeah, it's going to be the latter. Come on, we're going to win this game. The Packers are balling out right now. It's going to be a huge letdown spot for the Bears after that Black Friday win. Ben Johnson taking off his shirt in the locker room, getting hyped. I'd like to see that for like a wild card or a divisional game. So, yeah.
All right, well, you guys are both going Green Bay, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time.
Well, here's why Chicago's going to have success in Green Bay. Okay, they just went into Philadelphia. They beat the Eagles at home. What did the Eagles do? They came into Lambeau on Monday Night Football and beat the Packers. Okay, so that's the common opponent, right? I mean, this Bears team is rolling. You don't see Matt LaFleur taking his shirt off in the locker room. Has Matt LaFleur lost the locker room? Are we questioning Matt LaFleur's leadership ability?
I wasn't
No, we're not,
until
because the Packers are a fucking winning franchise. They don't need to do this fucking stupid shit that Ben Johnson's doing in Chicago. Crying Caleb Williams is terrible, okay? He, like Nick said, holds onto the ball for too long. His completion percentage is ass. It's like not even 60%. Yeah, 57, I think. So like, I mean, yeah, give me Green Bay. I was
Woo!
going with the Bears, but yeah, Green Bay.
Yeah, you were.
I
I
mean,
was like, all right, run game, I get it, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the angle I thought you were gonna go with.
The other thing here is the Bears came in to Lambeau last year and beat the Packers, and I think that's something that if you're, I don't know, I think the Packers are gonna remember that and have some extra motivation here. Outside of the fact that this game is for the divisional lead in Week 14, you know, I think when you have a team like a rivalry like this where you had a slip up last year, you stomp on their throats this year. That way, nobody remembers when they came in and beat you last year. All right, let's move on to an NFC West matchup. The Rams going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. The Rams slipped up last week to Carolina, but they're 7.5-point road favorites this week in Arizona. Nick, are you back in Stafford and the Rams on the road?
No, actually, this week I'm not. I'm gonna go with Arizona. I've been kind of a hater on Brissett a little bit. At least I'm like talking to my brother and whatever. I've been a hater on Brissett. The Rams didn't instill a lot of confidence in me last week. Not saying that they're a bad team and whatever. 7.5 points is just a lot. You know, it's just one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's just a lot of fucking points to score on divisional rival, and to expect to, you know, cover and win. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals here, not because the Cardinals are good, but because the spread's so fucking large.
That's fair. Sean, does the spread scare you here in this NFC West matchup?
well, I'm going to try and coherently word this to the best of my ability. Last week was a letdown spot or kind of a look-ahead spot for the Rams. They got beat. So, not necessarily a letdown spot because they didn't win. So now you're looking at a possible another look-ahead spot. So a rare double look-ahead with the Rams and Cardinals because the Rams have a home game against the Lions up on deck after that. And then it doesn't get much easier after the following week. They're playing probably for the division against the Seattle team at Seattle. But the Rams are a far more dominant team than the Cardinals. You don't have to worry about traveling to the other side of the country with the time zone shift, that clock shift and everything. And, I mean, the Cardinals are have been looking terrible all season. I've been fading them pretty much any chance I get. Give me the Rams here.
Yeah, and this is one where Sean and I are both against Nick. So, like Sean said, this could be either really good for me and him, or it could be really good for Nick. Or like Nick said, we could split all these, and it doesn't really matter. But, yeah, I mean, with the Rams, I guess what this comes down to is that Rams offense is potent. They did lose in Carolina last week, but they still put up 28 points. Outside of their OT game against Jacksonville a couple weeks ago, the Cardinals' most points they put up in the last 5 weeks is 22. So I guess what I'm trying to spit out here is, like, I think the Rams are able to put up over 30 points this week on the Cardinals, and I don't think the Cardinals are going to be able to keep pace with them. So I'll take the Rams as well in this one. It's a high total. I don't like that hook. That hook does scare me, but scared money don't make money, so I'll take the Rams.
Hear that?
Sunday night matchup, a massive one for the Chiefs season. It's on life alert. Life support. The Texans are coming in to Arrowhead. The Chiefs are home 3.5-point favorites on Sunday night. Chris Collinsworth, I believe, will be in the building for Patrick Mahomes. I don't know if T. Swift will be in the building for Travis Kelce. Who do you got in this massive Sunday night matchup?
I think this is just going to be a game where Mahomes refuses to lose. And it's just, I think Mahomes is going to take over this game and just gonna do Mahomes things. Like I said earlier on the pod, I dog on Mahomes a lot. He's still one of the best quarterbacks in the league, by far. And it's not really close. It's either him or Jordan Love for the best quarterbacks in the league. But all bias aside, I think this is going to be a game where Mahomes kind of comes out and says, no, we're going to make the fucking playoffs. And it's going to be kind of a statement game against the Texans' staunch defense. And they're going to find a way to get Rashee Rice like fucking 2 tuds, I swear. So,
Pretty sick.
dude, that's what I'm saying. So give me the Chiefs here.
Sean?
Yeah, the Chiefs are coming off more rest and coming off that other last Turkey Day loss of the day. I don't know. I could see this going a couple different ways. I didn't love it when it was at 4.5 points, but coming down that point, I could still see it being the Chiefs by a field goal, and we would lose this. But give me the Chiefs here. I love it, but I don't buy the Texans that much.
So this is one that I was hoping at least one of you would go with the Texans. I can't. I'm going to go with the Chiefs as well. And the reason being, the Chiefs are 6-6 this year, right? But they're 5-1 at home. Arrowhead is a different place for them. And yeah, I mean, I'll buy into it. It's maybe some bias of who the Chiefs have been the last few years. But I mean, they need this win after dropping that game on Thanksgiving. So,
especially when it gets cold in December in Arrowhead, coming up from a dome team. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because I think it is going to be like colder this weekend. At least if it's anything like how it is weather-wise here.
Yeah.
Especially at night too. So, yeah, maybe look at the under in that game. I guess it's been dropping. It opened at 43.5 and it's 41.5 now. So, anyways, a squad ride there as well. We got one game left on Monday night. The Eagles, after that embarrassing loss to the Chicago Bears at home, heading to LA to take on the Chargers. The Eagles are still favored though on the road here by 3 points. This game has a pretty low total too at 40.5. Is that because Justin Herbert might not play, or I mean that total seems a little bit low to me. Anyways, Nick, who do you like in this matchup?
First off, Philly fans are fucking wild for booing their own team that entire game. I forgot I don't remember. I don't think we mentioned that. That's wild that they were just booing their own team that just won a Super Bowl fucking last year. Like, come on, guys. Like, there are poverty franchises like the Bears that haven't won in literally 40 years. Actually, to this 40 years. Like, come on, relax. Your team can have a fucking down week. But I think the Eagles are going to find a way to cover and beat the Chargers. I don't know. It's just one of those games where, Herbert might not play. He probably will be this non-throwing hand, and he's going to want to play, to keep his playoff seeding alive and nice and well. Sorry about that. The recording cut for a second. I'm just going to go with the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to bounce back. They're going to have a good week this week, and they're going to be able to show everybody why they just won the Super Bowl. I dog on Hurts a lot. Hurts isn't that great of a quarterback, but his supporting cast is so fucking good. I don't see the Chargers being able to put up 280 yards on the fucking ground against them. Okay? If any team has to consistently pass and consistently do anything else except for run it down their throat, the Eagles are just going to win. Okay? So, give me the Eagles here.
I was fully buying into the cross-country road trips, but we've been singing the praises of this one team for a long time, and we get a little bit of a look-ahead spot with the Chargers. I don't think they're going to give that much of a shit about a non-conference home game. They got the Baba Yaga, or the Boogeyman, the one that they cannot kill, coming up at Arrowhead next week, where the Chargers got to go to the Chiefs. Their heads aren't going to be screwed on, right? Eagles might get by here. They might win. They might cover. Give me the Birds. God damn it. I wanted to pick up that point, but I guess I'll do a squad ride here, too.
Yeah, I mean this is also going to be a squad ride to wrap out Week 14. I am a little concerned. I know it's not his throwing hand, but Justin Herbert having surgery and then trying to play. I mean, if Herbert's out, there's no way. I mean, I don't even know who the fucking the Chargers' backup is, to be honest.
Let me check.
Yeah, if our stats department can get that. But
Stats department checking depth charts now.
Trey Lance. I should have known that. Trey Lance is their backup.
I thought he was with the Cowboys.
Not anymore.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
Trey Lance legacy game?
could be, but I'll take Philly. We'll squad ride it. And yeah, that's our spread picks for this week. Just looking back through them quickly, Sean and I have all the same besides the Jags game and the Cincy Buffalo game. And then Nick kind of went wild this week.
I broke off on all the squad rides.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Perfect. So when I leapfrog Brogan and Nick, I'll be in sole possession of first. Or I guess Brogan and I will be tied.
Yeah, so there's 5 games that Nick is on an island between Sean and I. So Sean and I have the same pick, and Nick's on the opposite side of it. So things could get interesting here in the season spread race heading into Week 15.
Well before.
All right, well, let's move on to everybody's favorite segment, dogs. We hit 2 dogs last week. We went 2 for 4, which is worth celebrating, I feel like. We hit almost as many dogs last week as we've hit the entire season combined. So, Nick, why don't you share the dog that you hit to remind the listeners?
Back-to-back defensive touchdown dogs, baby! Back-to-back! Alright? I'm just fucking cooking them up. I'm pulling them out of my ass, and apparently I'm the fucking goose that lays golden shits, alright? Just anytime defensive touchdowns, / special teams, which last week was a special teams. Yeah, dude, that's just wild. That's hilarious to me. I'm trying to cook one up for this week too, just to keep the fucking mojo going. But yeah, that's just hilarious. That back-to-back defensive touchdowns.
Yeah, I think it was a punt return.
It was
a special teams one this time.
Yep.
So I got it done for you.
Yep.
And I guess the dog that I hit was Army Moneyline against UTSA, the Roadrunners. I actually kind of tuned into that game. Well, actually, let me backtrack. I didn't tune into the game because it was on ESPN Plus. However, I learned a lot about the game. Apparently, there's some bad blood between Army and UTSA. I didn't know it was possible for anybody to have bad blood with Army. But apparently last year or something, a player went into the Army sideline and the Army coach shoved him or something. So these two teams did not like each other, and Army went on the road and got the outright win. So
Beat University.
yeah. So shout out Army. That was a plus 235, and I was sad that the Jared Goff anytime touchdown did not hit. There was one play, a couple times
lined out.
couple times that David Montgomery was in the Wildcat that I got real excited, but they never threw one his way. All right, well, Nick, since you've hit back-to-back weeks, do you have another defensive special teams anytime touchdown for this week?
Yeah. Let's go with the Browns. Anytime defensive touchdown / special teams.
Didn't you take the?
Yeah. This is kind of a hedge. Okay, I could easily see Myles fucking Garrett going in there, knocking Cam Ward on his ass, and then the ball just being loose and somebody just scoop and score. I could easily see that. Yeah, give me the Browns defensive special teams anytime touchdown. And I also have one more. I also want to get the Steelers money line in there too. I think that's a sneaky one. That I really do feel like this is a get right game for the Steelers, and they're gonna find a way to barely beat the Ravens.
Love it. I have just one dog this week, and it's not that great of a dog. It's honestly kind of a long shot, longer than the odds, but we're gonna go to F1. Max Verstappen to be the F1 World Champion. So, for those of you that don't know, Formula One or F1 is racing, like motorsport, and it's the last race of the season. Lando Norris is currently the championship leader, I think by 12 points heading into this final race. So Max Verstappen's in second, which is why he's plus 220 currently to win the championship. I believe the way the points work out, Max would have to win the race, and Lando Norris would have to finish fourth or worse. I believe if Lando finishes second or third, if Max wins, Lando would still win on points. But Max Verstappen's won the Drivers' Championship, I believe, 4 times in a row. It's either 3 or 4. So he knows how to fucking win this thing. Um, and yeah, I mean, in this case, do you want to take the guy that's never won it or the guy who always wins it? He's basically the top. Well, Lewis Hamilton's the Tom Brady of F1. He's kind of like the Patrick Mahomes, I guess, of F1. So, would you rather take Max Brosmer or Patrick Mahomes? Right. So Max Verstappen plus 220 to be the F1 champion.
Little side note, Brogan, did you ever watch the F1 movie?
I did not. I actually have wanted to, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
I don't. I
you gotta get on
think
it.
it's isn't Brad Pitt in it.
Yeah, I fucking love Brad Pitt. So
Yeah. See,
you
I
gotta
don't
get in on
know.
that. It's great.
I don't. Kind of a Brad Pitt hater. Sean,
Hoping
what's
it's
your dog?
that's a terrible take, but all right.
What's your
We'll talk
dog?
about that. We'll put a pin in that one and save that one for another time. We are going to college football here. It is championship week, and we're gonna go with a couple dogs. If I throw enough darts, eventually it's gonna hit. So
Jackson darts?
we got maybe we got. Ooh, I didn't even realize I could do this. Right away for the Big Ten championship, we're gonna go Indiana. I think Kurt Signetti is gonna get the guys fired up. This game means a lot more to them, to Indiana, than it does Ohio State, coming off of a huge letdown spot after they finally got the monkey off their back, beating Michigan after 5 or 6 years. So I think Indiana is going to get it done, and then probably lose in the college football playoffs to them later on. So we got that one. We got moving over to the SWAC championship game, which I can only assume is the Southwest Athletic Conference. I'm getting too excited because of the teams here. We got Prairie View taking on Jackson State. So we'll take. Oh, sorry. The Big Ten championship odds. I think it was plus 164 for Indiana to bring it home there. Next one, we got Prairie View taking on Jackson State. Prairie View plus 280 on the money line. I really don't have a reason for it, but I got a feeling. Why not? And then last one, we're going to go to the FCS playoffs because I cannot bet on our mutual alma mater of UW Platteville as they made it to the Sweet 16 in the Division III college football playoffs, which is still sick. Give me, what's a fun dog here? Give me South Dakota. Give me South Dakota plus 185 on the money line at Mercer. That's about, yeah. No real reason. Just why not?
Yeah. Love that. All right. So we got quite a few dogs. I love Sean going all college football and then even FCS football. I mean, that's some deep dive there. So
Yeah.
love to see that. Any other dogs before we move on to our locks?
Nope. Unless Nick wants to throw some more anytime touchdowns.
No, those are gonna be for my locks, baby.
All right. Well,
Sweet.
why don't you start throwing them since you went 5-1 last week? I don't think you've been able to lead locks for since about a month ago, so it hasn't been too long. But yeah, go ahead. Floor is yours, Nick. You can lead off the locks.
Very first thing, I see Brogan has it in for his. I'm yoinking it. I kind of alluded to it earlier. George Pickens, anytime touchdown. Fucking gimme that. Gimme that. Alright? Spoiler for everybody else. I can see what Brogan's putting down before you guys can. But piggybacking off of that, give me Detroit Dallas's over point total. I know it's a big point total.
Oh my god.
I know it's a big point total, but that's going to be a really fun fucking game. And I don't know. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a real fun game. And then, do they have his? Fuck! I was gonna just yoink a Devontae Adams anytime touchdown, but it's minus 155, so all my hopes and dreams are fucking shattered. I know. One game that I truly believe in. Give me the fucking Packers spread, baby. Okay, I don't know if I can emphasize that enough. 6.5 points ain't enough for Toyotathon Jordan Love. Okay, Toyotathon Jordan Love. This is arguably the greatest quarterback of all time during Toyotathon. And I don't even know if that's hyperbole or not.
There's no arguing there.
Yeah, I don't even think it's hyperbole. Like, genuinely, I don't know if, like, consistently a quarterback plays better. Like, at a certain, like, weird stretch. I am trying to see, can I get his passing touchdowns? Oh, yeah. Give me Jordan Love 2+ passing touchdowns. That is minus 136 for the stats department. And then the last one, we are going to go with we're going to go with Saints Bucks, and I believe in the Saints covering that spread. It's just big. It's just big. Divisional game. The Bucks are just a little bit too banged up. Give me that Saints spread.
All right. Well then, yeah, we can save your parlay of the week one until we get to that point. Yeah, I'll go next. Once I also went 5-1. Like Nick said, he yoinked George Pickens anytime touchdown from me. I had that documented before he said that, so. Just so all the listeners know that.
I did absolutely yoink it. I wanted it, though. I wanted it before I saw it on there, but like as soon as I saw you put it on there, I'm like, okay, we're yoinking it anyways.
So yeah, that's going to be my first one. I mean, partially because I'm playing against him in fantasy this week. So it's kind of a hedge. But like that passing offense is ridiculous for the Cowboy. Like George Pickens is a monster, and yeah, if that's plus 120, love the odds on that. Next one, going to college ball. I'm on the opposite side, so Sean went with Indiana as his dog for the Big Ten championship. Ohio State defense has only given up, I think, the most points they've given up all year, 16 in a game. They have an unreal defense, and then their offense is also really good with Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. And Bo Jackson is their running back. Excuse me? He's back in college? Yeah, he is. So anyways, Ohio State money line in the Big Ten championship, and then Texas Tech money line as well, parlayed together in the Big 12. Texas Tech is pretty big favorites, so those two money lines combined in a parlay, minus 130. Next one, going back to F1. This is kind of contradicting with my dog. But like I said, the whole Max Verstappen thing was kind of a long shot. The F1 qualifying winner is going to be McLaren. So that gives you either Lando Norris or Oscar Piastri. Lando was the qualifying winner last year at this track, and McLaren's only gotten stronger this year. So that's minus 140. When I saw that was under the minus 150 threshold, had to lock that in because that is like going to happen. Next one, I'm going to go with an anytime TUD parlay of two dominating running backs in the NFL, Jonathan Taylor and Jahmyr Gibbs. You put those two guys together, and it's basically even money at minus 102 currently. Um, smells like free money, honestly, to me. And with that, if you look at when Jonathan Taylor scores a touchdown, Indianapolis pretty much wins every game that he scores a touchdown in and loses if he doesn't. So if we're locking JT to score a touchdown, we're also going to lock the Colts to cover 1.5 points against the Jags. Sean?
All right. First one we'll do
George Pickens, anytime touchdown?
No. If one of you guys had it under the parlay, gotta sweat a little bit and probably do it. But some mixing around or changing and whatnot. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs over 77.5 rushing yards. I do think I had it baked into my handicap that the Lions are going to be in control of this game. They're going to be running the ball a decent chunk. They're going to be playing with a lead. So at least that's how I have the game scripted. Obviously, who knows? But I think that Gibbs is going to be getting involved a decent chunk. Next one, we're going to go to the ACC Championship. And unfortunately, when I looked earlier in the week, I was able to get this on the money line. It is now minus 166 for the ACC Championship of Duke versus Virginia. So I don't love it because I do think it's going to be a close game. We're going to go alternate spread here at just under that minus 150 threshold at Virginia minus 2.5. They played a couple weeks ago at Duke, and Virginia, I don't know if it was a Virginia defensive showing or lack thereof offense from Duke. Duke had I think, multiple turnovers, and long story short, Virginia beat them by 2 scores at their place. It's still the ACC championship still in North Carolina, and I believe Charlotte. So still sort of a home game, but closer to a neutral crowd. So give me Virginia by the 2.5 point spread here. Next one, keeping it with Saturday. Try and go these things on a. Excuse me. Oh god. Keep these things in chronological order for the best I can. We're going back to UFC, I believe, like 233 or some shit like that. I don't know what number we're on. 223. Anyway, we're gonna go a moneyline parlay of sweet. Yeah, this one will be still right under there at minus 132. We're going moneyline parlay of Marab Davashvili against Peter Yan and Alexander Pantoja going against Joshua Van with Pantoja and Davashvili with the money line. That'll get you to a minus 132. And then, like I said, I'll be doing it until further notice. We're going Kai Fairbairn over 1.5 field goals made. You might as well just put the green on that one right now, bro. Gonna love it. Love to see it. Next one is I don't think I have the number on this one yet, but here it is. Let's see here. We are going to be going to the Arizona Cardinals against the Rams because I feel like the Cardinals are going to be down in this a lot. Do we have the passing props? Lovely. We do. So, love this. Jacoby Brissett, the man has been slinging it. We're not going to go yards. We're not going to go touchdowns or anything crazy like that. We're going to go pass attempts over 37.5 at close to even money at minus 113. I mean, he's averaging around 33.5, but some of those games they were in control. They were able to run the rock. But when he's down, he's been chucking it for 50, 55 times. So that seems like pretty good news to me, especially because I think the Rams are going to be up and they're going to be playing from behind by a considerable margin. So look to get some garbage time stats there. And I'll save move the Brissett's You know what? We'll talk about that once we get to the parlay of the week.
Well, you know, I think we're here actually.
Yeah, you're leading us off, buddy.
So,
Congrats.
we are going to be doing. Let's see here. Move the Virginia -2.5 to the parlay of the week and replace that with a Ravens, Seahawks, Rams money line. And I hope that the odds haven't shifted a considerable amount to put that up. Oh, yeah. Right now, but just between Ravens and Rams, it's -152. So obviously, got to have the Hawks in there. Great. So goddamn close. But you get that at plus money at +112. So, but the best plus money lock I can give you, people.
All right, so then yeah, your parlay of the week is actually going to be Virginia -2.5.
Yeah, we're gonna pivot from that. Unless you guys want to just have a fat parlay of the week with multiple.
Jesus
money
Christ.
Yeah,
No,
gonna hit.
our parlay of the week has been way too successful for you to muddy it down.
lines. We only hit it once this week or this year so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good one.
That was glorious. I had money on it.
I think that was the one week that like I put money on that shit too. It was pretty sweet.
All right. Well, I guess if Sean's going college ball for the parlay of the week, I'll go college ball as well, and then make Nick feel awkward when he doesn't go college ball. I'm gonna go Georgia money line for the SEC championship. They're taking on Alabama. I mean, I don't know. Georgia are a bunch of dogs, and as long as Kirby Smart's still down there, I'll take the dogs over a soft Kalen DeBoer. So, give me Georgia money line -135 for that part of the leg. Nick, what are you gonna add to this glorious college football parlay of the week?
Yeah, we're gonna go Green Bay -6.5. You know what?
All right, all right.
Mm.
I love it.
It's either that or yeah. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna go. It's either that or love 2+ passing touchdowns. Fuck. No. We're gonna go love 2+ passing touchdowns. It's Toyotathon.
College football, you coward.
I don't know college ball. I don't. You both know I don't know college ball. I tried watching it over Thanksgiving, and then I got tired.
What
And
did
then
you watch the Egg Bowl?
I watched the fuck.
If you watch
I watched-
the Egg Bowl, the Egg Bowl fucking rip.
Who did Iowa play?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Yeah, I watched Iowa Nebraska. I watched that one.
It was possible.
There's so many
game you could have watched. There were
Yeah.
so many good ones.
There were so many better college football games.
I was snowed in at my mom's house, and then I just I was watching that game, and then just fell asleep.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah. But in NFL terms, you literally watched like Dolphins Jets.
Okay, well, I don't.
Titans Saints.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I don't know who's good in college ball. College ball is just something I've never given a fuck about because the players rotate around too often, and it's just tough to keep up with things because there's new players every fucking couple of years, and it's a brand new team. So I'm like, I don't actually give it.
Transfer portal and NIL. It's all. This shit's awesome.
Yeah, so it makes it even fucking harder to keep up with.
All right, well, the parlay of the week, which could have been the college parlay of the week, but Nick's soft. Sean's taking Virginia -2.5. I'm taking Georgia money line. Nick's taking Jordan Love 2+ passing touchdowns. Only comes out to 408, so not the biggest parlay of the week by any means, but 4-1 odds. We need to cash one of these bad boys because we haven't cashed one for going on a month and a half now. So
Remember when
Let's get
times
this
used
one
to be
done.
better a month and a half ago.
Yeah. All right, boys. Anything else for week 14?
Crying Caleb
Probably
Williams sucks. The Bears are a bunch of frauds.
Go
Retweet.
Nears.
All right. Goodbye.
Love you.
Rate, review, subscribe.